Hi guys, Bolt here once again with more Wargame Red Dragon, and this is another Reddit tournament, and we're gonna see Razman, Firestarter, and Dirty D play against Cognitive Dissonance, George S. Patton, and Fadeaway. And we're gonna keep the camera like this so that Team 1 is in the top and Team 2 in the bottom to make it easier for everyone. So, let's look at the unit composition of Creative or Cognitive Dissonance. BTR 90s moving up, some Tunguska or a Tunguska M, Estrella 10M, BTRT, MTLBV with manpads, a BU and two T72 B1s, and looks like he's also leaving back in Delta. Patton is moving up quite a lot of infantry towards the right, a UAZ command, a BU and two B1s, a Tunguska M and a BTRDs, two of them with infantry, probably going towards Foxtrot, Golf, Mike area. And finally we have Fadeaway with his kind of a similar deck, but instead of T72s, he has a bunch of T80s, which is really good against infantry, a BTR 90s, two of them, and it looks like two OSAs. Yeah, two OSA AKs, which are quite decent. Not the best, but decent. Type 63 Recon and MI8 MTV. Could be Golden Shreliki, could be VDV 90. These are pretty much used with by almost all the infantry. And seems like he's also leaving back in Alpha. And a BTR 60 command, probably going towards Bravo. Alright, let's go over towards the Team 1. We have Razman probably going towards the right, towards Mike. A lot of infantry moving up. Seems like he's playing with a Chinese deck. Yep. A Shilka, HQ7, cargo truck, a bunch of infantry, and a ZTZ 85 3 tank. And he's also moving up some units towards the middle area. ZTQ 62G, Type 63, HQ, and a few WZ 551s with units. Looks like a Recon and a Tank Shashao unit. And he's also leaving back in Kilo. Now we're going to go over to Firestarter's units, all the way over towards the left. Seems like he's going towards Echo. He has two Mi-25s, a Z9 TY90, and a Z9A with Recon. And he's also moving up quite a lot of Recon on the ground, which is nice to see. A Recon tank, two Type 63s, and a few ZSLs and BTR 60 with infantry. And he's also moving up a third group, which consists out of the ZTZ 85 2 tank, an HQ, two HQs, a BTR 60, a WC 551, and a BTR 60P with infantry. So, I think that's pretty much all there is. Actually, no, we forgot about Dirty D. He's moving towards, I think he's gonna have the Golf area. Seems like he's moving up a Jalo, BRDM 3, SU-122s, BTR 80s, and a Tunguska M, a UAZ command, and kind of the similar loadout here, SU-122, Jalo, Afghanzi, and a BRDM 3, probably moving like on the west side of Gulf. So we're gonna quickly go to neutral and speed up the game, and yeah, just sit back and enjoy this battle. Here we go. We're gonna keep it at speed 1, of course. I don't want to go at speed 2 or something. That's just way too fast for a 3v3. A quick grab of Bravo with an infantry command. It's gonna put him at +2 for now. So nice to have those leads in the start. Really helps out quite a lot. And we also might have a command. Yep, there's a command going for Charlie as well. And I think I saw a command going towards the right. T72K1, probably going to be used in Mike. And I thought I also saw like a command UAZ somewhere, but he might have canceled that out. Alright, let's go towards the left. Nice to see these Mi-25s in front of the TY-90s. This way, the Mi-25s will kind of attract all of the missiles, and the TY-90 will just take care of all of them. Let's look at these beautiful helis here. Seems like this one is actually moving up. I'm gonna try to do these more often, these cinematic shots, to make it a little bit better. Oh, it seems like the convoy's on the road. This could be troubling. Oh wow, it completely destroyed the Spetsnaz unit. Absolutely crazy. Alright, so left is slowly getting in position. We got two BTR 90s unloading. Ooh, quickly getting shot down by the Jalos and the BRDM. What was it? The Jalos and the BRDM 3, yep. And the Spetsnaz GRUs won't really stand a chance against those numbers. BTR 90 quickly moving back, getting into a secure location. So the main fight is over here on the left. BTR 80s moving up towards this ridge line to try to cover and fire at the infantry to stun them. And these with their 4 HE will do just that, they really pack a punch here. Seems like they're gonna just, yep, they're already going ham on the infantry in that town. Tank Xiaoxiao do have the range though, and wow, just 2 shots brings it down to 2 HE. And they do have 13 front armor, so it's not the best tank, but not really bad at all. But yeah, 16 AP on these Tank Xiaoxiao will just absolutely go ham on these tanks. So he really needs to watch out with that. Got quite a big push by Firestarter, quite a lot of Yukon dies, Lijans, Mi-25, and a ZTQ, supported by all of these transports. That's going to be quite interesting to witness. But the T-80s are taking a lot of hits at these Tank Xiaoxiao, bringing them down to, well, nothing at the moment. BTR-90 taking care of the Yukon die. Nice to see that happening. These are one of my favorite units, really. It's kind of equivalent to the... I wouldn't really want to say LVTPs, but it kind of packs that punch. JH7 coming up to drop some bombs, and that's going to absolutely destroy these Yukwidais, I think. If he does not move them out. That's going to be the wrong direction. Yep, he's dead. Let's go over towards the middle. It seems like Cognitive Dissonance kept reinforcing this zone. He's also moving in towards this forest. He has 2 Spetsnaz, actually 1 Spetsnaz GRU to kind of secure this ridgeline, supported by a T-72B1. Morskaya Fehota's moving towards the right to help out with the Skrezets and these VDV-90s. A Ural being used as a scout, and a T-72B1 and a BU just sitting in the back. And quite a lot of Sapersies and Morskaya Fehotas and BTRTs to secure this road. As I said, no one really covers this road here, so it's just making Firestarter's job a lot easier. And yep, Fadeaway does the right thing and actually marks it, because if they manage to get all the way to here, you basically cut off Echo. So really important to at least put some units in this forest to cover it. Let's go over towards the right. Looks like George S. Patton is seeing quite a lot of action here. BTR-Ds, B1s against all of these Lijans, but they are nicely stacked up, so these T-72 B1s with their HE will just tear them apart. BTR-Ds are stunning him, and the tanks are finishing him off. Nice. Good micro by Patton, and a good decision by Razman to fall back, but I think it might be a little bit too late. Yep, those tanks are just gonna keep moving after them and finish them off. So not much happening on the left, just skirmishes here and there. Oath is quickly moving out before they get shot down by the ZTQs. BTR-90s will tear these ZSLs and BTR-60s apart. ZTQ actually missing, so that makes his BTR-90's life a lot easier. Another T-80B moved up, so that brings the total number to 4. And that's going to do quite a lot of damage. BTR-60P moving up. T-80 missing twice. That's going to be an issue. Fadeaway counters that by just moving some infantry. Nice. So he's going to also support Cognitive Dissonance in securing that flank. Let's go over towards the middle again. MI4, wow, unloading quite a lot of rockets. Actually, just 20 of the total amount of 80. I gotta use these helis more often. Seem to be really doing a good job. VDVs and BTRDs moving up. I hope they don't get shot down or killed by the Shilka. Come on, hit. There we go. Did take care of 3 of them though. A BU being brought down to 1 HP by the ZTZ-85-3 tank. And these really are like one of the underdog tanks. People don't really know how powerful these are. They got 22 AP with 65% accuracy and 19 front armor. That is one hell of a tank. Definitely don't underestimate those. VDV-90 moving up. Missing with that RPG. The one time they actually need to hit, they miss. Let's go over towards the middle again. Looks like Cognitive Dissonance is doing a good job of securing this entire flank. Su-25 being moved in. Not seeing that BU being taken care of by the Tunguska M. So that is a huge blow to the enemy's capability over here. BTRD being moved up to scout out ahead. And B1s are being kind of brought up as well, taking care of that PTZ. But these Yukon dies with their RPGs will take care of these B1s if he doesn't watch out. Let's see how this goes. This could be bad for this tank. Wow. Yep, being taken care of by the Hyundai. Other B1 quickly moves back. VDV90, I don't know why he moves this one up. But he might have been better off just reinforcing that unit. Let's go over towards the left. Seems like Firestarter is pushing quite hard now. Lijian's being brought up. T80 will tear them apart if he doesn't fall back like he's doing now. T80 missing the ZTQ. I think 2 shots will probably kill that tank with only 8 front armor. And T80 actually has 13. But the AP power of the ZTQ will penetrate that front armor though, so he does the right thing and falls back. These T80s have been alive for quite a long time now. Absolutely crazy. 5 Spetsnaz GRUs being pushed into the town. J87 coming up with his 1-ton bomb. That could be really bad for these tanks. Might actually destroy at least this one. Ouch. That actually did quite a lot of damage. But he brought up some Urals, so he will be able to fix that up. Spetsnaz doing a good job, but are being quickly taken care of by the 50 cals of those transports. So this flank is still not really secured. Su-122s and Afghanzis are still guarding this place. So if he moves up like a helicopter, those Afghanzis will just tear it apart. And like light transports will just be taken care of by these units as well. So would probably be wise to use some recon or something to scout ahead here. So not much happening on the left at the moment. Looks like George S. Patton put that command tank in Mike, kind of neutralizing the income here. Buratino being fired at the town, and also a push going on here, I think. BTR 90s, Su-122s, and infantry moving up. BU firing at the B1. Ooh, hitting it once. A second shot will probably take it out. And there she goes. Really amazing tank. But usually when I use it, I just attract like all of the 80 gem planes ever. Tank Shashao panicked. I wonder if they're ever gonna hit at this stage. I don't really think so. Wow, they actually managed to hit in that state. ZTQ and WZ 551s were guarding this entire place, and the 550 is absolutely amazing. 26 AP in like 3-kilometer range. Like, holy shit. That will just pretty much kill everything it hits. Even a Charlie 2. Mi-4A being shot down by the Tunguska. Not too bad, it's like a really cheap helicopter. But still, with those amount of rockets, it would have been a really big help in this town. The J87 dropping bombs, killing all of the infantry. Wow, actually 3 Morskaya Feoda survived a 1-ton bomb. I would never think that was possible. Type 63 Afghanzis and pretty much everything moving up here. So Dirty D and Firestarter are both working on this ridge line here. So they really need to do something about this and push them back to about this area here so they can actually pincer on Echo. Speaking of Echo, Fadeaway is doing a push now. Lijian 90s and Bo Chung Su are pushing up, so he quickly counters that with some infantry, but they're being taken care of. So he does the right thing and moves back with his troops and just waits for the enemy to attack, because at the moment, Cognitive Dissonance and Fadeaway are kind of both trying to hold Echo, but they don't really have a lot of units left. So this is going to be, that's going to be big trouble there. Wow, these Afghanzis are absolutely beautiful. They just take care of everything. George S. Patton doing a new attack here on the right, I think, but these BTR 80s are just going to tear them apart. Probably should have been using some recon or something, because this is just going to be painful. There you go. But these Yukudais are like militia, so I guess it's a good move. Ooh, getting side shot by the Hyundai 90s, bringing it down to 50% health. But I think overall that was a decent move. Could have been made better if there was a Buratino being used. Oh, speaking of Buratino, it's being called in right now. So a command from Cognitive Dissonance being moved into Gulf. That's going to put him at +1. Hopefully the enemy does not counter by putting their own command in there. But so far they're actually focusing on Echo and Charlie. But Echo is quickly being supported by Fadeaway and Creative Dissonance. And all of these tanks are being moved up again. Yukio and 90 moving up. Probably going to take care of one of these. Yep. T90's turning their cannon against them, and they will just tear them apart. As you can see. Second shot will probably kill them off. J7 coming up again. Bombing these T80s and whatever was in the back. I think supply trucks, maybe? Which makes Fadeaway retreat with his tanks again and rearm them. And also bring up 2 Osas. So the Type 63 is just going ham to Morskaya Fehotas. What I've noticed from Red Team is the lack of recon. Like, I really don't use a lot of recon, but this is just crazy. I think it was a bad move to fall back with the VDV 90s. Could have probably done a lot of damage when they were still outside the town. But the tank actually managed to scare them off. And BTRD will finish them off with a quad PKC. Nice gameplay by Fadeaway so far. Let's go over towards the middle. Golf is pretty much secured for like 80%. Creative Dissonance is just scouting out ahead with some more Sky Fehotas. The only thing, these BTRs or BRDM3 and the SU-122 have been here for like the entire game. So some artillery or maybe some smoke. I really love to use smoke, so maybe some smoke would have been a good move to move up here because they don't really have a lot of units. About 30 or 27 VDVs and 12 Spetsnaz. That's pretty much all they got. So there you go. Buratino is actually aiming, so it will probably fire at this town now. Let's go over towards the right. Not much happening. Patton is just defending this place. And yeah, the red team is actually gaining with +2, trying to close that gap. Echo is neutralized with a T-72 K1 tank. A cluster attack coming in on this force to take care of these T-80s, but they're already in the back now. So nice try. There we go. What I would have done when I usually fight Echo, I like to bomb it first, or at least RD it first, stun everything, then smoke it off and attack, while I have some heavy tanks in this forest to counter anything heavy that shows up on the right. We will see a ZTZ-85 battle against a T-80. Let's see how that goes. Ooh, T-80 getting the first shot, both on 1 health. Oh my god. Probably wise to fall back with it. There you go. Ooh, a B5 coming in. That's going to be awful. Those Osars are not arrived yet. Just annihilating everything. MI8s are moving up. As I said, they still haven't focused on this flank, which is really bad. Ka-52 firing his Igla missiles. Surprisingly not really killing any of these MI8s, but also saved the day, I think. There we go. So, yeah, they really got to work on that. I cannot express that enough. T-80 is being moved up again because of a fresh push from Firestarter. And they also have a recon in the back. Actually, no, it's a Z9 TY90. So nice to see that happening as well. B5 coming in to stem that attack, and we're quickly going to go towards the right, where we see a fresh skirmish happening. And holy shit, are there a lot of Blue 4 units. Absolutely crazy. J7 dropping his bombs again, taking care of quite a lot of infantry. 5-out coming in, not spotting any AA because there is absolutely none, which is kind of scary because they can just bomb this place to crap and not even be fired at. Well, the Tunguska is being moved up, so I guess that's being countered. Sorry about that. Bochang Sus, and these are regular infantry. And they are perfect for this kind of job. Just move in and wait for the better infantry to arrive. But it looks like Echo is completely lost because of the lack of movement from Fadeaway. He should have done something else as well. For once, they should have probably focused on this ridgeline to be able to do like pincer moves. Put AA here maybe. But because of that, they are being pushed hard out of Echo. But it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet. Wow, SC-25 almost being taken care of by the Tunguska. That's quite crazy. A fresh push in the middle by Creative Dissonance. Seems like that Buratino did his job. Killed quite a lot of VDVs. And now he's just moving up with everything he's got. BTR 90s and the B1s are just tearing these Spetsnaz GRUs apart. And the VDV 90 will just tear these Krezets apart if they manage to get off a hit. Does not look like it because these SU-122s actually stunned them. Bomb being dropped. Killing off the BTR 90s here, sadly. And damaging the more Skyfielders quite a lot. But he did manage to get some infantry in here. So, nice to see that. More and more Skyfielders being moved up. A Ural moving up. Buratino still has 9 rounds. Could have been used on this ridgeline maybe, since there's a lot of stuff firing at these units from there. Spetsnaz out in the open, or VDV out in the open against a tank will not really be great. There we go, Spetsnaz being taken care of there easily. Let's go over towards the left. It seems like Echo is pretty much completely taken care of by Firestarter. Genpatton is helping out here as well. Fadeaway, pretty much everyone is kind of helping on the left side here. A B5 being called in. Let's see where it dropped. Oh, here. Okay. It did kill the tank Shashao, so not a complete waste. Creative Dissonance doing one hell of a job. I really like to see these kind of pushes happening. Really nice. More Skyfiotas will just absolutely wreck these VDV-90s if he actually moves them into the town. Don't know why he's not doing that. Move him in, buddy. Get him in the town. Nope. Could have been a misclick. J87 dropping his 1-ton bombs. That kind of ends that push. But they did secure Mike and Golf now. So that puts them at +1 again. Really, really close match so far. Let's go over towards the left. VDV did manage to get in, but the Yukon dies and Bo Chang-su just quickly tore them apart. A lot of Urals being moved back. So there's kind of a retreat going on the left side here. So they basically gave up on Echo, which is the right thing to do if you just cannot take it. So just put like 80 gems here, tanks into this tree line, basically just contain Echo altogether, and just help out maybe in Gulf. BUs and SU-122s trying to take out these enemy tanks here. SU-122 is being quickly taken care of by the BU, and also it's firing at the B1 now. Oh, nice shot on that side. Wow, BU actually missing the SU. Maybe that's why it's good, since it's, oh, actually it's big sized, okay. I was gonna say, B1 is being taken care of by the BU as well, and that kind of opens a new door for Creative Dissonance, or Cognitive Dissonance, but he really needs to hurry up because there's quite a lot of infantry moving up. A fresh attack by Dirty D on the right. They're trying to take care of this hill so they can kind of pincer move on the Gulf. Buratino being used on this town probably. Yep, that's going to do quite a lot of damage, I hope. Well, it could have been better. Sometimes they just kill everything and sometimes they just don't, pretty much. There we go, BTR 90s, 2 of them being moved up, probably with Spetsnaz GRUs. Tunguska and Estrela. Wow, that's a lot of bombs. Oh boy. 2 J87s and a B5. That's going to be painful. Ouch. All of the AA on the left, or in the middle, is pretty much gone. BU is still just poking around. This might entice the enemy, yep, there you go, to move up an SU-25. So this is why normally don't use heavy tanks that much. It just gets quickly taken care of by planes, but if you're like in mid or end game, and if you have a lot of long range AA, it would have probably been a good idea to use them, but usually I just don't. You know, unless it's an armor deck or something, but... GRUs just being moved out in the open. Not good, not a good idea. I don't really see any smoke being used in this game, which is kind of disturbing, because that could have probably made Cognitive Dissonance's job a lot easier here. BMP3 being moved up. Maybe on these T-72B1s with those Archon missiles. But so far it's being just used on the infantry. J87 coming up with 2 bombs again. Absolutely devastating all of the units in this place. Sad to see that. So far it's kind of a stalemate. Not much happening here. A Buratino getting ready to fire on the right, but Genpatton really needs to use more units on the right or just start randomly RDing places because he needs Mike for the points. He really does. Like, if you see that the command moves regularly and if you see that there's a fire here, the command is probably in there. So, you know, make use of that knowledge. A fresh push again by Creative Dissonance. Mi-4 is being used. Absolutely wonderful helicopters. I'm gonna definitely use more of these. As you can see, they really, they just pack a punch. They just destroy everything. Speaking of destroying everything, Buratino being used, and that absolutely stuns the living crap out of all of these units here. That is just horrifying. A BU against all of these units is probably not going to end well. Mi-4 tried to help. A B1 is helping as well. The only thing he needs to worry about is the VDV-90 and the Yukio 990. Everything else he can probably take care of. There we go, VDV's dead. More Skyfeotas being moved up to try to support this heli. And we got some fresh Spetsnaz to take care of that hill once again. So all in all, it's like these regular skirmishes all over the place, which is kind of nice to see. It's not like a one-sided battle. It's really, it's back and forth pretty much. A Smirch firing, oh boy, that's going to be awful. If it actually targeted here, this town. Might not hit anything though. Well, the T90 is actually moving into the Smirch. Wow, he's lucky. He's not gonna get hit once. Nice. MiG-27 being moved in together with a seed plane, taking care of a something. Was it this? BTR-80? Probably. On the right, once again, not much going on. Just a defensive battle. In the middle, there's just this skirmish going on once in a while. Creative Dissonance, Fadeaway are actually working together now to try to push them out of this town, and this is probably the best time to do it because the amount of units in this town, well, they're being supplied again, but when you do a big push and you see the enemy use bombs and everything, it's probably a sign of them not really having anything to defend against with or defend against your units with. So after a second push or a Buratino attack, it's probably better to like push again and just move some units up to see what they got. But yeah, now it's kind of too late because of all of these reinforcements. Really nice micro by everyone with their AA, I gotta say. There you go, this is what I'm talking about. Just move some units up, see what the enemy has. You obviously know they have a tank and an AT-GEM here in this forest. And now you know they have infantry here. And the command is probably in there, so 1-ton bomb will do it. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you need to do. Su-24 coming in with its amazing payload, taking care of 4 guys. So that really damaged the enemy's units here, and they don't really have a lot left. So Genpatton is slowly coming back, guys. He got this. Nothing happening on the left here. Just some recon going on. 2 ZTZ, or actually a ZTZ-85 2A. Never really seen that tank being used. Pretty good cannon, not a great front armor though. There you go, I think I just took care of one of them. Or it could have been a APC or something. A fresh fight in the forest. These BTR-60s will spot this command. That's going to be awful. Yep, this could be bad. Hope the BRDM-3 manages to take it out. This means they have to move them though. Move the command, I mean. Come on, BRDM-3. Normally you just snipe everything. There you go. Oh, it's kind of too late though, because there is there's a huge charge going on right now. That's going to push Cognitive Dissonance out of here. He still has a good presence on the left side though. T90S and a BTR90, a BMP3, and quite a lot of VDVs will definitely do the job. But he actually got side shot by what? Tank Shashaos? Wow. That was actually impressive. Bringing it down to 2 HP. A fresh attack on the right again. Kind of disappointed by the amount of stealth Genpatton is using. He's just moving out in the open. SU-24 coming in to kill that command again. Kind of neutralizing the income. So it's 101 versus 100. Really nice to see these kind of games going on here. BTR 152s, I hope it unloads quick. Oh, this could be the winner here. There we go. 60 militia. 120 militia coming up. That's going to kill everything. Wow. They only have like a... what is it? Type 49 gun. Absolutely horrifying. J87 coming up with his one-time bomb, destroying everything, really. 120 guys destroyed with just 2 bombs. That's one hell of a kill streak. Razman's attack on this forest was okay, but they did not really follow up with any armor or AA, so Creative Dissonances and Genpatton's units will just take this place back if they actually manage to unload these units. So again, not much going on in the middle. Main fight is pretty much, or on the left, main fight is in the middle here. VDV-90 is trying to hold against the massive push now from Dirty D with his Jalos and SU-122s and T-72s and pretty much everything he has in his deck. New infantry battle going on here. Tank Shashao taking care of an APC from that range. Really impressive units. BTRDs with their quad PKTs actually pack quite a punch. I really underestimate these units. SU-24 coming in to drop some bombs, and that's going to wreck all of these units pretty much. Wow, they actually managed to miss with 60 bombs. Or 30. That's crazy. Buratino being used on the town again. Really nice strike, killing off quite a lot of infantry. But this is just absolutely horrible or horrifying. Whatever you move, even if you move a BTR or a T90, just the amount of units will just tear them apart. It's just crazy. BTR 90 does do a... oh, manages to actually do quite a lot of damage. Taking care of 2 Jalos. Impressive. A fresh attack with 2 BUs and a T90S to try to take care of these tanks. And as soon as he does that, he really needs to just push up. I mean, I've said this like 5 or 6 times already, but if you do a push, you gotta commit to it. Because the enemy probably won't have anything left after you bomb it or smirch it or Buratino it like this. There we go. Taking care of the tank Shashao. VDV-90 is trying to move up. Would have probably been a good idea to move these tanks up a little bit, but they are quite expensive and they will probably get 80 gem planed in like 2 seconds. 3 JH7s moving up on the right to probably bomb the crap out of this forest, but we're not going to focus on that just yet. BU's moving up to try to take care of these T-72As, and they won't have a problem with these tanks. Definitely not. But yeah, this is a push that I'm talking about. Some more infantry would have obviously been better, but they just got taken care of by all these tanks since he did not move his tanks up. He's still not moving them up. He only has 1 of them firing. But 1 of them should be enough. I mean, they are just T-72s. SC-24 coming up, bombing the crap out of the Lijian and pretty much everything in that place. Oh, T-90 point blank. That's painful. Just does not do any damage. Just tickles. There we go. Nice push. This is what I'm talking about. This is the battle that I've been waiting for. The only problem is that there's a lot of tanks, but minimum amount of infantry. MiG-27 coming in, destroying something. ZPTU or something like that. Oh boy. Buratino strike. Damaging his infantry, and I was really hoping for these to actually make it through. Sad to see them get damaged like that. But an amazing job by Cognitive. Cognitive Dissonance. Blue is leading with +2 though. They actually managed to kill that command in Charlie. That's really bad. And I'm actually being called, so let's pause it. And here we go again. Alright, let's continue here in Golf. Seems like Cognitive Dissonance is just making one hell of a push. He's basically moving up everything, including his empty Euros. So that's kind of a crazy push right now. Euro being quickly moved in to try to secure this place. Not sure why he does that now. It's kind of a... It's probably just gonna die in like 2 minutes. But one hell of a breakthrough. Blue is leading again though, +2 since Mike and Charlie have been destroyed in terms of commands. Quickly, Cognitive Dissonance quickly moves up an MI8 MTV with a command, and I hope there is one going towards the right. Seems like a BTR 60P is actually going towards Mike. Or not. Okay, so they both move towards Charlie. Ouch. Oh my god. Why did I fire in the air like this? Give them everything? Oh boy, the BTR 80 or BTR 90 with infantry might be a problem here. If it has like GRU in it. J87 coming up with a one-ton bomb on the right. I've really seen these being used a lot, but there we go, a PD being taken care of it. Yeah, the SU-122s. I'm gonna use these more often, but not in a spammy way. Like the way Cognitive uses them is just perfect. Just 2 or 3 here and there. That's absolutely amazing. Smirch being used to try to take care of a command here once again. We got the infantry command from Fadeaway in here to kind of temporarily take it over. And as soon as the commando is in the building, this one's probably going to get back in the transport and move towards Mike. Actually, no, there's already a tank command in here. So we got 4 minutes and 52 seconds left. Team 2 really has to do something. They either have to move into Mike again, or maybe even move into Hotel. We'll have to wait and see. Tungushkan being moved up. Pretty much everything is being moved up at the moment. There we go. Buratino firing at this hill, taking care of the Yukyondai, stunning the WZs and everything. So we're just a good defensive attack. But T-72 is being forced to retreat because of the fire. So they keep putting their command in the same position though. That might have not been the best choice. Buratino firing again, and of course it's gonna kill that command if it gets one good hit on him. Which it does not. Wow, that's one lucky command. Here we go, Mike is capped again, putting them at +1 for a little bit. If they manage to kill it, they really, if they want to kill it, they really got to do it now because they really need to gain those points again. Creative or Cognitive Dissonance keeps his push going into Lima, forcing that command out of there. I don't know why. Oh, it was spotted and he moved them to a different location. I gotcha. Alright. A lot of Monoshveliki 90s being moved up. That's going to go ham on a VDV and Yu-Gi-Oh! Dai, and everything else is pretty much moving up to try to spot the enemy's command. Mi-28 taking care of the mortar, and we got Mi-25s and Mi-28 here to guard against anything on the ground. We got a BU here. Mi-28 is taking shots at the VDV 90. Wow. Almost died there. And Mi-28 is now taking shots at Mi-25, taking it out, but the enemy Mi-28 will probably, yep, there you go, kill it to get it with the 5-bow. Tungushka M taking care of the 5-bow. These must be hardened. This one is actually elite. Okay, that explains the amount of damage it does. Spetsnaz GRU moving in, forcing that command out of there. Actually, I think it killed it. That could have been a new command. But this should give them enough time to at least get a draw out of this. Mi-28 moving in again. Targeting system hit. That's not going to be good for it. But it does manage to spot that command, which should force the red team to bomb it to crap. Yep, MiG-27 is actually being moved in to try to use the AT gems on it to take it down. But since it lost the line of sight, it has to just evacuate out of there. Mike is being neutralized once again by the enemy command. Tunguska M taking care of infantry. Always nice to see that going on. But yeah, the elite Tunguska M just absolutely wrecks everything. Smirch attack going in on this T-72K1. That could be bad. I hope it does not kill it. I'm really up for Team 3 to win, since they have been doing most of the pushing. Oh boy, I think it's not going to survive this. We do have an infantry command coming up, but I hope... Oh, come on. That is one lucky command. Holy shit. Command is again in the same exact position. Kind of crazy to see that going on. But they managed to push them out of Lima, which put them at +2. And with only a minute and 20 seconds left, that could turn into a draw. So let's see how this goes. BTR-80A taking care of the Yukwidai. MiG-27 coming in, actually missing it. That's kind of a shame. They got 1 minute left. They got to do something now. They got to make it work. SU-24 bomber coming in. Not sure where that's going. MiG-27 coming in. Not spotting anything at all. Just a lack of recon being used up here is just disturbing. MiG-27 being used to kill that command with its 30mm. Nice to see that happening. SU-24 bomber coming in to drop its payload of, what is it, 30 bombs? Yep, 30 bombs on the ZTZ-88. Doing quite a lot of damage, but just not enough to kill that tank. Mi-24s are being moved up to try to kill this tank. With that Yak-B, they should have enough firepower to do this. But that ZZZ is quite armored, I think. Yep, 7 front armor. It's actually a tank, so it's not going to be that easy. IL-102 coming in with its giant bombs. It's gonna kill both of these commands. Would it probably be better to move it somewhere else? The UAZ, that is. But they are still +1, and I think they actually managed to get a draw out of this. Wow. Quite the battle. Really nice. There you go. A draw, similar kill losses. Team 2 actually lost more since they had to like just keep pushing in to try to look for those commands, but that was one hell of a battle. It lapsed 40 minutes completely, so the timer actually ran out. But wow, that was really one for the books. Yeah. So, congratulations to both teams for putting up one hell of an entertaining match. I really hope to see more of these two teams having these kind of matches, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And yeah, if you did enjoy this replay commentary, let me know down in the comment section, and just like the video and just share it with a friend. There you go. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.